Hello and welcome to NHL Best Bets. First Stanley Cup final was played a few nights ago. We predicted Tampa to win it clearly, and that was the case. 5-1 victory, and not too much to say which team was better in this match. Also, our player prop Steve Stamkos scored final minutes, and like we predicted, power play, another knee on ice, one timer, and that resulted pretty good win and profit for us out of these two bets. Tommy, any surprises in final number one?
Not really, no. That was the 99.8% like we predicted that Stamkos will score that power play goal and Tampa Bay will win it quite easily. Well, not easily. It wasn't an easy game. I do think that Montreal played as they should. They were a bit unlucky at times, but they couldn't get anything going offensively against this really good Tampa Bay team. So if you take a look at the players who played the most, both teams running with four cylinders, playing with six defenders quite evenly, not a lot of these sort of star players taking a lot of ice time for either teams, but that's where Tampa Bay is the best team in this league. So they have a little bit better team for each position. Every time Montreal puts someone on the ice, Tampa Bay has one a little bit better player to fill those shoes. So pretty much a game we expected. Tampa Bay scoring 5 goals, maybe a bit too much. The last one was the best one for us, of course, but it was maybe just an icing on a cake, so maybe not exactly deserved. But how Montreal can then take some positives from this is that they were able to create some turnovers. They were able to hit back a couple of times with really fast direct offenses. So that's how they can try and upset Tampa Bay. But the way Lightning is playing at this time, it's really hard to see them losing a game, especially if Montreal cannot find some little bit of a rabbit from a hat and try something different in the next game.
Yeah, Tampa was dominating long periods of the game on their offensive side and just kept puck over there, changing lines on a fly. So that distress and tired for sure any opponent. They cannot do anything, even though they are based on the counter attacks. But when you don't have chance for it only a few times in a game, you cannot score more than one goal.
Yeah, that is the age-old rule of ice hockey that the opponent can't score if you're holding the puck. So that's what Tampa Bay is doing really well. And like mentioned with these players, it's easy to do when you have world-class guy for each position. You just give and go and take a change and go rest for a while and then come back and the puck is exactly in the same place where you left it. So it's a great team to watch because it is really hard to find ways to beat this sort of a performance and unlikely that Montreal is able to upset again.
When we take a look of those historical numbers, this kind of 1-0 lead after first game at home has generated a 75% probability to win it. So that means that Tampa has, after this first game, quite good chance to repeat the Stanley Cup. Naturally, Montreal has come against odds already a few times in these playoffs, but now at least based on the first game, it looks like this mountain is too big for Montreal to upset.
Yeah, they've proven us wrong time and time again, but this time it does look that Tampa Bay is that step ahead. They were able to also match Montreal with the physicality. The hitting was pretty much the same numbers, I think, throughout the game. So Montreal couldn't take that physical advantage either. Maybe next time they will try to play a little bit dirty, try to get into the crease, try to upset the goaltender Vasilevsky, try to do a little bit of these unorthodox things to change the pace of the game and break up the sort of flow that Tampa Bay has and had in the first game, because otherwise this team is just pretty much impossible to win.
Tonight is game number 2 in Tampa. We have naturally picks here for any bettors who want to make some money. Tampa's odds are not improving. They are actually going down, and minus 185 is the current best market odds. Still, there's value to bet on it based on the simulations, and like we did earlier, when the one team is projected to win, then we can place two different player props, either somebody to score over or go over line from the winner team, or then play against the loser and go under. So this time it's Nick Suzuki under 0.5 points, so no points for Nick tonight, and another good win for Tampa.
Yeah, it breaks my heart to make these bets against the player scoring, because it's of course the bread and butter for these guys. Suzuki, last time we bet under, scored instantly, so he was not on our side in that one. But now I do think that the second game, Montreal does have to do something a bit different, but it cannot come at a cost in defense. So they do have to still play very tight defense. They have to have the best goaltending ever in order to beat Montreal, to beat Tampa Bay. So I think that Montreal will be even more defensive than they were in the first game, where a couple of chances they gave out to Tampa Bay, it instantly backfired. Tampa Bay is such an efficient team that you can't allow anything for them, because they're going to score. So I do think this is going to be a little bit tighter game. Tampa Bay controlling the puck, but Montreal lying back, trying to make it difficult for these Tampa offensive players. We do have Tampa Bay still winning 72% of the simulations, so while the odds were around 65%, so nice value for Tampa Bay in game 2 as well. And we have Suzuki scoring a point with about 40%, so 60% going under, so nice value there as well. Let's see how Mr. Suzuki will answer this time.
That's something that we'll take a close look from the beginning, that game, and naturally we hope that Tampa is taking this one again, something like 3-0, 4-0 numbers.
Yeah, that would be fine, and we'll see if we get Montreal at any time in this series, because it doesn't look very likely at the moment.
We take one game at a time, starting game number 2 tonight, and we'll be back when game number 3 is played after a few days.
See you.
See you.